Hey you, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today I want to talk about a very well done Game of Thrones fan film titled The Doom of Valyria, the animated series. Um, and this particular production, it came to mind after the newly released HBO DVD extras, animations were releases, which is done every year at the season end. And there was a small excerpt of that released later on when they released the full season 7 DVDs with the animated folk and lore extras. We will get to see more of that. But if you've seen it already, of course, it talked about uh, the Doom of Valyria, talked about Aegon's conquest, talked about his father Aenar Targaryen. And so I went, this is very interesting how they're doing this. Uh, One option that's been on the table, I guess you could say, is with budget concerns, with story concerns, is instead of doing a live action, why not just do an series? It can be adult theme that would take care of the budget concerns. And we've seen similar things happen with the Star Wars franchise. We've seen them kind of continue on the Star Wars story with animated series like Star Wars The Clone Wars, which I thought was very good. And later to do Star Wars Rebels, which is still going, which as well I thought, or I believe, have been very good productions. But the Doom of Valyria here uh, kind of tackles those things, kind of, puts this option on the table, sort of like some of the animations we see with the DVD extras that is released by HBO each year. But obviously, to keep with the Game of Thrones feel, and atmosphere of the story, these would have to be adult based in nature. And the Doom of Valyria animated series, which was done by an artist, produced by an artist, I believe, by the name of Patrick McCarthy. I want to leave a link in the description so you can watch the Doom of Valyria and see how well done this is. It chronicles basically the events that started the Great Valyria, ancient Valyria, up to about its doom and cataclysm that destroyed Valyria. And just a very well done, animated series for a fan, for it to be a fan film that's been released, by this artist. Um, and so I really enjoyed the Doom of Valyria. And I think it will be a great option to be put on the table to deal with some of the issues and concerns of exactly what type of productions can be done with the Game of Thrones story going forward as we pass season 8 and get into what's the next chapter in Game of Thrones going to be, and how they're going to do it, and what the candidates are going to be. But this solves a lot of problems, and this is just a great fill-in story about what happened in Valyria, how to get to this point. So I thought that was well done, how they put this all together. And I'm not going to spoil it because I want you all to see it for yourself and, tell me your thoughts on it. Or if you've already seen it, please feel free to comment on. Let me know. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? And I'd love to see more from this artist, Paul McCarthy. I'd love to see him do another series on it. Talks about the oppression of geese or geese, old geese, the Gascari Empire, which was basically at the time before the Targaryens, before the Valyrians really came on the scene. They were the power in that region, and it talks about how they were oppressed by Oghis and the Giscari Empire, and it talks about how they rose to power, how dragons came into being, R'hllor, the Red God's role in it. We do get a scene with him in it, as I've seen in some of the Game of Thrones video game cinematic cutscenes. But guys, be sure to check this out. Tell me what you think about it. Let me know if it comes to it, would you be open to a Game of Thrones next chapter animated series? That's adult theme, but solves the problem of budget constraints. As with these animated series, you can pretty much do anything you can imagine. Um, and just let me know if you've seen it, how much you've enjoyed it, how much of this you like to see from this artist, Paul McCarthy. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.